Hello, this is Bridget Route, Divine Essentials. Alright guys, so we have some energies coming in with the full moon. My intention, because it's pretty late and I am tired, I just spent the past 3 hours doing trance channeling, and then I just did a new video for the Divine Essentials channel because I haven't done one in a while over there, as well as a couple hours of love letter writing. This isn't going to be a very long one. And I've noticed people commenting, like, saying that I used to do more advice and stuff in the videos, but like I just said, I'm a busy person, and, you know, I do these for free, so if you're not resonating with the messages anymore, if you feel like I'm not giving you enough advice, you could always get a private reading for more advice specific to you. And I do realize that the channel is growing, so there's going to be a larger collective out there. So it's, you know, the messages that may have been once for like a certain group of you has now kind of expanded to other groups. So it's going to shift. And I am on a 3-week wait now. So if you do want a private reading, it will be a wait. But I just kind of wanted to let that be known. Like, this isn't the only thing I do. And I do spend a majority of my time channeling and assisting other people. But we're going to be checking out to see like how this full moon is impacting. I always intend these are timeless readings though, so if you're tuning into this and it's not the not the full moon, you can take these messages for your connection. So the Six of Cups did come out while I was shuffling, and on the bottom of the deck is the Four of Pentacles, and there you see the moon. So I feel like for some of you guys out there, the overall energy right now, the foundation of your relationship may be coming to the forefront of your mind. You could be thinking about times that you spent with this person. You could be thinking about times when you met this person, you know, like what happened when you first met them, different times that you came together. You're basically just thinking about the foundation. But there's also this desire to reconcile with it. And this, for me, the Six of Cups is also connected to our inner child and to past lives. So I feel like the foundation goes far beyond just like what you know within the physical. It goes all the way back into the lifetimes that you shared together here and in other places. And it's also connected to the inner child because you shared this energy before you even met. So even if you didn't know each other as children, you still are connecting in those ways. And the inner child is a big part of the connection that usually needs to be healed. Not everybody who's in a twin flame or soulmate connection has inner child issues. And even if you do, you may not be aware of them. They could, again, come from past lives. But for a lot of you, there is stuff within that inner child that is like repressed. You know, when we grow up, we're basically told to repress our inner child, like that desire to play. We're always told to like grow up, get serious, you know, do all this stuff that isn't always conducive of the inner child. But the foundation that a lot of twins has does kind of incite the energies of a child, you know, the newness of it all, because it's likely that the experiences you've had with this person are unlike experiences you've had with other people. So I feel like what this is saying is the overall energy coming through the moon right now is kind of bringing about that childlike wonder, you know, the memories of better days, wanting to go back to those times, whether it's with this person or just for yourself. It's like you're wanting to get out, you're wanting to explore new things, new experiences. You likely want to do it with this person. And I feel like they may be thinking the same. But I also feel that a lot of you are in this energy of the Nine of Pentacles where you are looking at things through a new perspective. You are looking deeper into the levels of things that needed to be healed. You're looking at the foundation with that set of eyes, realizing that, you know, just because the person that you're on the connection with maybe ran from you, it's not all because of them. There's stuff that needs to be healed. So you're having like a healthier perspective at looking at things like, okay, this hasn't, you know, panned out. This went this way, that went that way. What can I do to better myself? What can I do to transform in my own life? I just feel that you're really letting go of old parts of yourself that are just worn out. They've served their purpose, and you're also looking at the part of the foundation that was built between the two of you, and what part of that needs to be released and what part of that needs to be embraced. Because I feel like a lot of times you forget about all of the, you know, childlike wonderment, all of the happiness that came along with the connection. Because a lot of times if you're here, it's like you've been through a long time of separation, or you've been through a lot of the ups and downs that come with it. And sometimes you can spiral down into a place of just feeling really sad and, you know, depressed. And I feel like people are coming out of that now. They're starting to just embrace wherever they're at. They're looking at their own place within the connection, and they're looking at it with a fresh set of eyes and connecting with the authentic truth. Okay, so the King of Swords is somebody that speaks their truth. They're not gonna lie or kind of sugarcoat things. Like, and again, I feel like this element from both. It's not just one person. Like, the both of them may be looking at what they may have done wrong within the connection, or what they may have done, what may have needed to be healed within the connection. So you may not have done anything wrong per se. It's just that you may not have been completely healed. You may not have been in an elevated perspective when you began it. And most people are awakened by it. So obviously, however you were looking at the world, however you were looking at yourself when you met this person has probably shifted fundamentally since, you know, your separations, your time of healing, all of the thinking about it, you know, the darkness that you had to endure. It all leads you to the light. It all leads you to understanding and having more clarity into a real place of truth, where it takes a lot for you to lay down the ego and to own up to, okay, well, you know what, if I had maybe looked at this a little bit differently, or if this was a little bit different, let me see how I can change that moving forward. Let me see how I can heal these things moving forward. So you're taking like an active role in the transformation that's needed. But it's not just because of them, it's because of you. Like, you know, at a core level, there's something inside of you that needs to change in order for things to change within the connection, within the foundation that's been built. But again, I do think that a lot of you, while you're kind of going through that, you're thinking about the good times too. You're thinking about the passion that you probably had within the connection. It's funny, before I came on here, somebody added me to a twin flame group, and I saw the comment, somebody put in the group, like, why is there such a strong sexual connection between us? And I was reading some of the comments on it because I wanted to see what people said, and they're your energy. That's so funny. Here's the Queen of Wands. They're your energy. You mirror each other, so you're going to fit together in that way. Like, you're going to know what this person wants. You're going to know how to please them. You know, it's like, it's the intensity is within you is mirrored, and then like duplicated, or like triple. I don't know what the word is. It's like it multiplies. Okay, so it's like whatever passion you're feeling in that moment, they're your mirror, so they mirror it back to you, and it just like intensifies and intensifies and intensifies. And I think that's why so many of you get drawn to like the sexual readings too, because not many people talk about it, but it's a big part of the connection that goes like kind of like under the rug a lot. People aren't communicating about the passion that does exist there. And for the divine feminines, it is unconditional love too. Like, she feels unconditional love for this person, so her passion is also going to be ignited. I feel like the masculines have this love too, but they may not be willingly accepting it within the physical yet. Like, they're still in this Page of Cups energy, so you know, they're not in the King Queen energy, they're in the Page Queen energy. So it's like they have the love when it comes from above, you know, like their higher self has that love, but divine feminine has more of that love. She's already aware of it. Like, she's okay to let down the ego part of herself to say that she loves this person in that way, like an intense way. And a lot of masculines, whether they're on a divine journey or not, shy away from love because it's like a weakness for them. Okay, so feminines, you throughout your whole life since being a child have always been okay with being the nurturers, being the lovers, being like the sensitive people. But the men have always, like the boys and the men, was always told not to cry, you know, be strong, be tough. And so I think that's where there can be some imbalances between the love that's shared with you. It's not that they don't love you, it's just that they don't feel confident in expressing it the way that you do. And so that can make you feel like they don't feel it to the intensity that you do. But it's just like this. It's there. It's just that you're not seeing it, and they're not comfortable and confident in expressing it, but they're confident in expressing this, okay? So I think that's why sometimes the sex may be more powerful, or more like you want that more with this person than maybe you've wanted it with other people, because they are your mirror. They are going to multiply whatever experience you're having in the moment. when you come together in that way, it's like this magnetic charge just fires up within you, and it kind of makes up for all of the stuff that may not be being expressed through words or through like their emotions. Like they don't say like I love you or I miss you, or like they want to like hold you and cuddle you, but when they're connecting with you in that way, they're like showing you the intensity of the love that they actually do have for you through that expression. And it is somewhat toxic sometimes, because I feel like they do love you, they do care, but sometimes they come when they're not ready to express that. So they come towards you in this way with just the passion, and it can make you feel like, oh my God, this person doesn't care about anything but that. I think they do care about you, because if they were just looking for this, they could find it in many places. But the fact that they keep coming back around to you tells you that, you know, it's beyond that. You know, they can have sex in other places. If they didn't have the intensity that you're having, they wouldn't keep being brought back to you. But I feel like that's what does bring them back in a premature way. Like it brings them back when they maybe haven't reconciled things, when they're not fully at this place of being able to love you the way that you do deserve to be loved, you know, when they're still juggling their own value and their own worth, and they're still in this hangman energy. They're awakening to the intensity of the connection, but they're still running from the connection, but they can't run from the passion and the desire that they have for you. Some of them can, some of them do, but it doesn't stop them from feeling it. All right, so let's see how this energy is impacting the divine masculine towards the feminine, what they're thinking about. We have Queen of Pentacles. So when they're thinking about the divine feminine right now, they aren't thinking of her in that valuable way. And with the peacock energy, I always feel like they see her as unique. They see her as something, you know, different than the others. So if they do connect with other women, or if, you know, man or woman, whatever, this is just how the masculine energy views the feminine energy. They see her as being different from others, being creative. Here's the Page of Wands. This is somebody that's getting creative. So like I said, I feel like they just look at you as you're different than anybody else that they've connected with. There's something inside of you that has more value and more like potency. And with the Justice, I feel that they're thinking about bringing balance to the connection, and they may even be thinking about how to get creative in the way of doing that. How can they embody this unique energy that they're seeing you within? And it's not that they're not in it, it's just that they may be feeling like they need to do something differently than what they've done in the past to bring justice to the connection. But when they're thinking about the feminine, they are seeing her as that valuable person. You know, she's got her strong boundaries up. She's got like herself together in the material world. So you could be working hard to bring abundance into your life, whether it's physically, emotionally, spiritually. I feel like it's kind of on all levels, and they're seeing you get creative in the way that you're bringing balance and justice to your life. So you could be ending contracts and having things come to a close, and it's kind of like making them want to do the same thing in their life. They're wanting to have more abundance. They're wanting to have more power, more strength, more confidence. They want to have those boundaries that you have, that ability to not give a shit what other people think and say about them. And I do think that they're slowly navigating there, because here's the Knight of Pentacles. So again, I feel like they may juggle back and forth between wanting to come towards it and like feeling like they're confident enough to be there, and then other times they may feel like they still have a little ways to go, or they don't know exactly how to approach. But I feel like they are working on it, and they're trying to overcome this energy of like being back and forth within it. And they could still be in karmic contracts. You know, they could have like a third party that they're dealing with, or they could be dealing with something toxic in nature in their lives, and that could kind of slow them up from moving forward. But I think that they are slowly progressing away from juggling back and forth between, you know, divine and toxic energies. They're getting creative in how they're going to, you know, break out of that and bring justice to their life, because that's when they're thinking about her, they've seen like she's doing this in her life, they're trying to do the same thing. So let's see how they're thinking with this deck, the sexual one, when they think about the feminine. We have the Two of Wands. So again, I feel like they're trying to make a decision. So we could be tuning into a collective where they may have somebody else, or they have something else. Look at Two of Swords. They're definitely trying to make a decision. I feel like their passion has already decided, like to go near you, to go towards you, but their mind, because this is the Swords, so the Wands is like our energy, our passion. The Swords is like our mind and our thoughts. I feel like sometimes passionately they've already made up their mind that they want to come towards you, they want to feel you, they want to connect with you again, But here, it's like their mind is keeping them in that place of fear. Like, maybe she's not going to want to hear from me, or maybe I shouldn't, or, maybe this, maybe that. They have a lot of these fears that they're going back and forth. They're juggling back and forth between, embracing the divine and then kind of running from it and going back into that darkness of separation. And it's funny because in both of these, she's got her foot on his leg. So that may be significant to some of you. You may have played footsies with this person, or they just maybe like to feel your energy against them. It's like they're longing for your touch. I feel like this is that sexual desire. Like they kind of they don't even care if it's like just like a foot running up their thigh. They just want to feel that touch. So like I said, when it comes to the passion, they've already made the decision that they want to be there passionately with you. But when it comes to their mind, they're a little like held back by it. But I think that they're trying to gain the strength. Just like over here, they're trying to find that strength to feel like they have everything together to embrace this, to make their way in, and to give the offer that's needed. But here's Two of Pentacles again. They're still juggling. So I feel like some of the feminines may have turned their back at some point because they were sick of waiting, or just because you may have given up on chasing. And I feel like that may be a part of this too, that why they're juggling. Like, does she still wish for me, or is like she, all set with me? I feel like they could be being reminded of you too. Like with this energy here, this is like an aroma coming off of this. I feel like they're just being reminded of you. So if you have a certain perfume or something that you wear a lot, or just something that reminds them of what you would smell like, I feel like this is happening to them right now. And it is impacting them. It is making them think of you in that passionate way. It's making them long to find the strength to make the decision to overcome the fears, to come back around into your life and stop worrying about whether or not what you're thinking in the moment. Like I've said, I feel like they're just like they're being reminded of you through their senses at this time, but there's still that devil in the doorway. So for some of them, it could be third-party people, or it could just be like an addiction. It could be a way of living. If they've been single for a long time, or if they just, have this fear for the long time, it's still in that doorway, but they do have a desire to reconcile with the Six of Cups. And so we've already seen the Six of Cups come in overall. So it feels like this is a shared energy where you may be mirroring each other with that desire to have some sort of reconciliation. And I think they may even be being reminded of times of the past, like through aroma. Maybe you went out to dinner at a certain place, or you did something at a certain time of year, and maybe there was like a fire going on in the background. They could have had like that scent to remind them of times that they've spent with you. And so they could be, kind of nostalgic about the connection, but they're still holding on to this little devil in the door. And here's the Empress. So like I said, I feel like this divine feminine has probably shed the past. Here's the serpent energy. I feel like you've shed parts of the past that you may have once have been like all about them, chasing them down, trying to get their attention. And instead you've chosen to bring the energy and the focus back on yourself. And so they are seeing you in that Empress energy. They're seeing you in your valuable, unique place. And that could be making them want to make the decision to come back towards you, because they miss that loyal companionship that you once gave them. It's like it was like this is going to sound bad, but it was like they kind of knew that you were always there, and now they don't feel that. And so they're missing that. All right. I think they've had some sort of clarity in regards to it, and they may be wanting to have this temperance, the balance. You had to be patient while they were going through their stuff, and I think now they're going to have to be patient while they're going through theirs, while they're making their changes from the Knight of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles that belongs to the Queen of Pentacles. And it's not that they're not there, it's just that they're seeing themselves. They're seeing themselves as the Page. They're seeing themselves as the Knight. Like, they don't have that same unique energy to offer her. But look, they're both peacocks. They both have that energy. He just needs to recognize it within himself and stop juggling and going back and forth, so that he can pursue this desire for a new beginning of passion and romance and temperance, balanced union with their counterpart. So there's some energetic burdens that they're carrying. And like I said, I feel some could be connected to past lives. Some could be connected to their inner child. But they just kind of need to embrace that energy of balance within, allow themselves to express their emotions just as much as they express their passion. So this is the cup of water, this is the cup of fire, this is their emotions, this is their passion. They need to just get into a place where they're able to feel confident and able to express it without feeling awkward about it. They need to be able to express the love that the Divine Feminine has expressed towards them. Here's the Queen of Cups. She's always been in this Queen of Cups energy for him. and he's kind of been more so in the King of Wands energy. So let's see how the Divine Masculine may be feeling towards the feminine at this time with these moon energies. So we have the Eight of Swords. I feel like their feelings, their emotional body is being impacted by their mind. So the Eight of Swords is somebody that's all up in their head, thinking all these thoughts that aren't really that great. And they're kind of taking it on as their truth because of the energy of that card is blue. So when they're feeling about their feminine, they're still being very much impacted by those fears, by those energies. They're like wearing the blindfold. They're not allowing themselves to break out of whatever it is that they're in right now. But I do feel there's a warmth, okay, with the sun. It's like they intuitively know that they're your Divine Masculine. They know that they have this warmth and this passion, this fire inside of them for you. They know they have the ability to embody this and to rise up. But when it comes to their emotions, they're still like showing up as that page energy. You know, they desire to have the reconciliation, Six of Cups, but they're still like they're allowing their mind to impact it. You know, they're not the page. They just feel like they're the page. You know, they feel like they don't have the same intensity of love that the feminine has. And I do think some of them are trying to heal. So when they're thinking about her, when they feel her, they feel like they still have some work to do on the mind, which is correct because they've got a lot of energy here indicating it. So at least they're acknowledging the fact that they have some beliefs, they have some things, probably from childhood, probably from past lives, that they need to overcome and allow themselves to express that desire for something valuable within their world. And to know that they deserve it. You know, they deserve the Ten of Pentacles. They deserve to have fulfillment. They don't need to be left out in the cold. And it's like they may have left you out in the cold, but in doing that, they left themselves out in the cold because they're not going to find that passion somewhere else. They're not going to find another Empress. They're not going to find the person that has brought this type of energy into their life, this type of connection and passion. So I feel like they may not be aware of this. They may have, some of them may feel like, well, I left her out in the cold, and that could be impacting their decision making. But really what they did is they left themselves out in the cold from it as well. They separated themselves from somebody that was going to be the loyal companion, that was going to give them that Ten of Pentacles, that was going to open up that doorway to abundance and transformation. And I do feel that a lot of them are reflecting on these things. They are starting to have a bigger understanding, a deeper awareness of what this person actually means to them. And they are seeing her as valuable. They're seeing her as the Empress. You know, so again, I feel like a lot of you may have really embraced like your ability to cut things out. You embraced your ability to stand in your power, to stand in your strength, to work on your value. And so you've embodied that energy because you always had the passion and the love, but now you've got the other energies, and that's kind of triggering this desire for them to become the King of Pentacles. So they're reflecting, they're looking up to the stars, they're looking up to Spirit to give them the information that they need to come forward with their new offer of value. And again, this moon is definitely pushing them. They want to make some sort of offer. They feel like they want to have their Ten of Pentacles, but I think some of them are now starting to realize that they've left themselves out in the cold when it comes to this connection by their decisions and their choices to run from it. So let's see how they're feeling with the other deck. We have the Four of Wands. So like I said, some of them are desiring to come into union with you. They're wanting this Four of Wands. This is Twin Flame 11-11 union. They're likely wanting to express it passionately, though, because this is the sexual energies. I feel like some of them may just want to have like a physical union with you, but at the core in their heart, they do long for something more. But some of them just don't feel like they're ready for that. Some of them are in this isolation, this depression mode. They may be fearful that you've moved on with somebody else or that you're going to move on with somebody else because these two are in the background here. But it's like they're wondering if the fire that you once had for them has been put out because of the times that they did come in the Knight of Wands energy. And they may be, you know, feeling like they want to come back in and express that, but they may have anxiety about it because they know that you're going to like intuitively pick up on anything that they have that isn't solid. Like if they're not ready to get out of this energy and give you like true, you know, expression of their emotion, they know that you're going to cut them down because you don't want a repeat of the past. You don't want another cycle of here you come and there you go. You know, you stay up all night making love and then they're gone again. I feel like they know that you've gone through this transformation. You've had your death process. They want to charge back in through the door for a passionate new beginning in this love. But they know if they're not ready to give the Ten of Cups, that you're not going to give them this passion. And I think some of them are in this place of anxiety because they may feel, I feel like some of them feel like they're ready for this, but they're afraid of it because they've never done it. And like in the past, they felt like they were ready. They came in all passionately, but then they ran back out. So they have these fears that they're going to repeat things of the past. I don't feel like all of them want to do this to you. It's not like they want to come in and hurt you. They don't want to be an asshole, but sometimes it happens because of the intensity. They run away again. And even here, you know, he's like walking away. This is supposed to be 10 of Cups fulfillment. You know, I've read this in a few different ways. Sometimes it looks like this guy's running around trying to do all these things to make her happy. But in this energy here, it's like they're fearful that they're going to come in with this intention, with this new beginning, thinking that they're going to be leading to this place of having a nice, relaxed connection with you, thinking that they may have been able to find that ability to become the King of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles. But what may happen is they may have a repeat of the past and put you back out into the troubles. But I do feel there's a desire when they're, you know, connecting with you through their emotional body to move out of the troubles of the past. They're just not sure if they're able to do it. And they need to start spinning that wheel of fortune into their favor. They need to overcome any third-party things, any, like, things that they're doing in their lives that may be dealing with multiple people outside of the connection. Like, they need to make that commitment to themselves to come in and embrace it so that they don't get another Queen of Swords experience, because she's going to know. And that's intimidating to them too, because I don't think many of them have experienced that with many women, where the woman knew what they were going to do before they did it. You know, for some of these divine feminines, your intuition has spiked. Your abilities to kind of perceive things, because they are you too, is higher than they've probably experienced with other women, and that can be intimidating as well. But I feel like Spirit is giving them signs, synchronicity about this spiritual connection with you, and they feel like, you know, in the end, you probably will come together. In the end, they're going to make the decision to choose the light and to leave behind anything that's been karmic. But right now they need to overcome the illusion. So some of them are worried about multiple options, whether it's their options or your options. It's slowing things down. They could be having dreams, or they could be seeing things that are kind of just like they're misreading it. They're not realizing it. And there's a lot of conflict that they're having energetically too. And look, again, there's these people out here in the background. Some of them could just feel like you deserve better too. I feel like that's coming through for some of you, where they feel like they don't have what you deserve right now, and it's like they need to come into that King of Pentacles energy. But some of them are fearful that they've taken too long, and so now you're either going off on your own, or you will. Maybe they won't be able to get themselves together in time. But at the end of the day, there is a desire to come in with this passionate new beginning and to give birth to something new within this partnership. So again, I feel like many of them do know that you're their twin flame, you're their soulmate, and they're wanting to end anything that's been toxic, any of the devil energies. They don't want to bring any more broken hearts. They want to bring happiness back to the connection. They want to bring back that joy of the inner child. They want to play with you. They want to have fun with you. They want to take a leap of faith with the Queen of Pentacles, which we've already seen. You've shown up in that energy. So like I said, many of them have made that decision that you're the person they're passionate about, but some of them just don't feel like they're at that same place. You see how he's on the floor here with his hand on her leg? It's like some of them see them beneath you, some of them feel like you deserve better, and some of them feel like they have a little bit more to go before they can actually take the leap of faith and give you what you deserve. Alright, so let's see what may result out of these energies, like what could happen now that we've had the full moon come in. We have the Magician. So I do, like I said, I feel like this moon is inspiring some change. Some of the masculines could be in the hermit mode, you know, reflecting on things, figuring out how to utilize all the tools that they have at their disposal, how to heal the connection, and how to use like their energy, their emotions, their communication, and the value that they have innately within them to come back out of the darkness, to come back out of seclusion, to return from that energy of running and give you your 10 of Pentacles, to be that loyal companion within the connection. I do think that there is going to be a time of healing happening, because the Four of Swords is like indicating of healing, meditation, and here we have the Six of Swords again. they're wanting to move out of the troubles. And like there's the moon. This moon is helping them to push forward into smoother waters, into calmer waters, to leave behind the burdens that they've been carrying. And there's the moon again. I really feel like the next couple of weeks and months, they're going to be dropping down any of these energetic burdens that they've carried so that they can transform and start moving towards taking the leap of faith as the Fool. Even though they've been beaten and bruised, they've been that, wounded warrior within the connection, they still have this desire to connect with you. Four of Wands, Twin Flame, 11-11 union, and they're finding that strength while they're at this crossroads to make the decision to put down the fears connected with the Seven of Cups, to stop looking at the illusions, to stop worrying about all the other scenarios and all the other options that are going on, and to take action and communicate. Okay, so like I said, some of them are in this energy with this Five of Cups. They may be feeling like they messed up their opportunities and their chances because they walked away, or some of them could be feeling that way because at some point you walked away. But I feel like this moon is assisting them to walk away from that crap, from that head space that they're in, and those emotions that they're holding on to, that they've already messed up all their chances. They need to realize that all they got to do is like knock this stuff over and turn around and see that their Two of Cups is still standing there. Their opportunity to come out of the troubles is still very much readily avail. Look at, there it is, Three of Cups. Like they can have celebration, but they have to stop focusing on the things outside of it. They need to make the decision in their lives to turn their world around, and I feel like many of them are now making that decision to do so. And here's the moon again. Some of them may come in with this passion of the Knight of Wands for new communication, and I feel like for some of you, you're going to have balance because they're actually going to be showing up in their King of Cups energy. But some of you may choose to cut like Queen of Swords because you could be fearful that they're going to be repeating a cycle of the past. But you're going to want to tune into your intuition and feel like, is it, does it just feel that way because, they've done it so many times to you? Or is it really something different that's coming in? I feel like you're going to have to trust your truth. This is a collective reading. There's many of you out there. But I feel like for a lot of them, they've done the energetic work. They've thought about it. They've had that Nine of Swords energy. They've been up at night. They don't want to miss out on the opportunity that Spirit's been giving to them. I feel like, there is an opportunity for some of you to come together in that place of union for happiness. You have that ability to be happy together, but you're going to have to let down your guard and trust and feel your way through it. Because some of you are just going to be like holding this up, like afraid. And some of you may let it down and they may trick you, but for majority, I feel like they are ready to express this. They're ready to express that King of Cups love for you. So there is a potential for some of you to hear from these people within the near future. So let's see about the other deck. What else may happen? Yep, Justice. So like I said, some of you are going to receive justice. The Emperor is going to come into your life just when you thought all of hope was lost. Here's the Five of Cups again. If they can get themselves out of that place of feeling like they've messed everything up, or if you can get yourself out of feeling like this is never going to happen, I think you may be surprised that this person is going to take the power and control into their life to come in and bring justice to the connection, to bring balance to their Empress. So they know in order to, have a connection with you, they have to show up in the same energy as you. And I feel like some of them are ready to do that. But there is this element of, somebody being afraid with the Eight of Swords that the devil's still in the doorway. So for some of you feminines may decide to cut them out or not give them the chance because you're afraid that they're going to be repeating a cycle. But I think that there's a big desire to connect and to reconcile. So, try to let that down and tune into your intuition. Don't base it off of the past. Base it off of the now. Base it off of what you're feeling. If you've been feeling them observing you, then the Page of Swords energy, if you've been feeling this desire within them, because you can connect to their energies. You can know if they're feeling like taking a leap of faith, if they're ready to bring happiness, or if they're going to just bring more heartache. You're going to intuitively be able to pick up on it. So if you feel like the devil energies and tendencies have been like releasing and leaving, you've been doing your healing work, you're not holding on to all the stuff of the past, you can let them in. Keep your boundaries up, but you can at least let them in to give them the chance. Otherwise, I feel like some of you are just going to be too fearful, and you may miss that first opportunity. But I think it will come again, because we're seeing the Two of Cups. So it's like their love is there for you, and their desire for a new beginning is there with you. So I think that you do have that potential for them to come. Look at Queen of Wands. like I said, a lot of them may come in with that passion as like their main drive. Like they may come in as like a Casanova kind of flirty, but it's that desire to express the inner child too. So don't cut them off just because they're, you know, expressing it in like a play type of energy, like a childlike energy, but just feel it out so that you're not getting sucked back into anything like that. But for some of them, they're going to hold on to this energy. They may be fearful for a little bit longer and not communicate with you because they're picking up on that sense that you may know, like you may feel like they're going to repeat the past. And so they're anticipating you being like, nope. So they're anticipating like a rejection with the Four Cups. And I feel like you may be anticipating a rejection with the Four Cups. So one of you may kind of sabotage it before it happens just out of fears. So try to work on that over the next couple of weeks. Work on seeing that this Ace of Cups is available to you, this new beginning with your person of romance. Look at the energy here. It's like they're not just having sex. They're having, you know, they're making love. Just imagine what it looks like, tastes like, smells like, feels like for this person to come in for a valuable new beginning, for the Ace of Pentacles, for the Ace of Cups, to bring balance back through the door. No more devil in the doorway. No more bullshit. No more tendencies that have repeated in the past time and time again, and know that this is that high level commitment, and it at some point has to come back in. So you're going to have to let your sword down at some point, unless you don't want it to come back in. I mean, you do have free will. You don't have to let it in. But I do feel that the moon is illuminating those parts of the shadow, the darkness, the fears that people have been holding on to, and it's an opportunity to spin this in a whole new direction, to break out of the hangman stagnancy that has been here, so you can have victory with the masculine that has transformed and is bringing wish fulfillment with the star energy. And some of them may be, you know, wanting to fulfill their wishes with you as well. You know, if you walked away, they walked away. It's like they don't want that. You see how he's like trying to pull her back towards him? They're ready to express their truth. They don't want to keep it all locked up within themselves anymore. They're ready to make their decision to choose this love. So, you know, it does look like things could go in a much more positive energy for you over the next couple of days, weeks, and months after this energy has come in. And, yeah, I think that will do it. We're at 36 minutes on my quick reading. So thank you very much, everybody. I hope that this assists you. If it did, you can hit like. If it didn't, you can hit dislike. If you'd like to... Oh, and somebody sent a very generous donation. Thank you very much. I'm not sure which... I think it was from the other channel, but, you know, I just, in case she's here listening, I want to say thank you again. I did already say thank you over there, but thank you to all of you, because there are, you know, many of you donating, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I just noticed that there was a really large one today, so I wanted to kind of call it out and say thank you. And if you would like to donate, there's a link down below. If you'd like to send a deck, there's an Amazon wish list down below. If you'd like a private reading or any of the services that I offer, I'm on a 3-week wait right now. So it will be a little bit of time before you get it back, but I can add you to my list. All of that information is down below. It makes it easier if you make your payment and then screenshot it and send me that information and all in one email, so that I don't lose your questions or, you know, your payments. I had somebody pay me recently, and then Amazon said that it didn't go, not Amazon, PayPal said it didn't go through, so I had to like try to find the person it was connected to, because some of you pay with a different email. So it's just easier if you follow the directions down below before you email me. And like I said, it'll be a 3-week wait, but I'm trying to catch up. But I'm also, you know, like tomorrow night I'm going out, so I don't know, probably won't be doing a reading tomorrow night, but yeah, Sunday I should be able to get back on schedule. And thank you very much, everybody. In Mune, namaste. Oh, come on. I can't get the button.